Okay, now let's jump into the fun stuff, right? How do I start an interior design project? Where do I find my inspiration? What is step one for a project, right? So I find my inspiration, I will tell you, mainly from travel, mainly from getting outside, mainly from exploring other cultures, other places, other cities, walking into a restaurant in a city that I haven't been in, or a hotel that I have not been into, or how many times do you go to the bathroom at a restaurant and you find inspiration from that bathroom, right? Because it was so uniquely designed. But I find a lot of inspiration through my travels. I find a lot of inspiration outside. Now, if that's not feasible for you, if it's not feasible for you to jump on an airplane and take a trip to New York to grab some inspiration there, how else can you find it? I will tell you, I do find a lot of it, through Pinterest or through Instagram. But that doesn't mean I want to copy it. I don't want to replicate it. But I love to look at what other designers have done, to just look at the small details of a space, right? The trim detail or the hardware detail, or a finish material that might have been used in a space. But again, most of my inspiration is found through my travels. And when you get a little stuck, right, if you cannot travel or you're not finding inspiration online, I highly recommend just opening up a magazine. I used to tell this to my students all the time. Pick up a design magazine, whether it's Metropolis or Architectural Digest or Interior Design Magazine, and flip through it. Because when you go online, you are putting in exactly what you are looking for. And so then what you are getting back is typically very relative to what you were searching for. But that's only one topic and that's only one subject. It's one thought, it's your thought. But what you need is to find inspiration from other areas, right? You need that inspiration sometimes just to jump out at you. So I highly recommend opening up a design magazine, looking at it from start to finish and seeing if there's anything that will inspire you. It might be a completely different project. You might be working on a bedroom, but yet you're finding inspiration from an airport. Or you might be working on a bathroom and yet you're finding inspiration from an artist studio. You never know where that inspiration will come from. And looking at that magazine and looking at these beautifully curated spaces that are in that magazine is such a great launching off point for finding that inspiration, right? So open up a magazine, flip through it, look at the materials, look at the vendors, look at the light fixtures, look at even the layout of the magazine, and see how that can help inspire you. And also look at travel magazines, right? That's such a phenomenal place to find inspiration as well. And lastly, when I am feeling really, really stuck, I get fresh air. I 100% get fresh air, whether I go for a run, I go for a walk, I go outside on a crisp, cool morning like it is this morning in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I just breathe in that fresh air. And I take a deep breath. And I think, okay, what is it that I'm trying to achieve? What is it that I want to create? So just to reiterate how to find inspiration, travel 100%, look at other cultures, look at other places. Definitely the best place to find that inspiration, and document it through photographs. But don't forget to breathe it in when you are there, right? Don't forget to absorb it and not always be in your phone. So oftentimes I just will let myself walk through a space and put my phone away and remember those elements that I find there. Number two, yes, you're gonna find some inspiration on places like Pinterest. You're gonna find some inspiration on places like Instagram, but follow some really great designers who are out there and see some of the things that they are doing already. Open up a magazine. Print is really phenomenal because, again, you didn't give it the cue to find what it is that you were already thinking about. You're gonna find some other great inspiration by opening up a magazine and looking at it from start to finish, right? Flipping through it and finding some of those color palettes. And lastly, just taking a step back, taking a break, getting some fresh air, going outside, being inspired by nature or the city or whatever surrounding you might be in right now. But getting that fresh air and taking a step back when you feel stuck, and then starting the process again later in the day or the next day. So I hope this helps you in how to start that journey for a design project and how to try to find some inspiration along the way.